Hello and welcome back to the Cove with some more demo time, still with some Mech Havoc. Well, we've gone through a couple of the vehicles and I was thinking about maybe playing a different game today, but then part of me just said, well, you know what, we didn't try out those hover vehicles and they look pretty cool to me. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to unlock the experimental hover tank. We're going to go ahead and give that a shot, and there was one more mission for us to take, so we'll try that out too. Now comes the question, what do we want to unlock with our last little bit? We could get ourselves a new static laser turret. Ooh, that could be good. And we could also pick up a plasma launcher. So what's this? Fires slow-moving, short-range plasma projectiles. While the projectiles lack speed and range, they are still effective at melting through enemy armor. Curious. We've also got a plasma grenade launcher, it seems. Yeah, there could be some very interesting choices for us to take. But, you know what? We don't have enough for that right now. You know what we can do, though? We'll go ahead and we'll pick up that plasma launcher. That seems decent enough. So, we were in the open dunes on the last one. We've gone ahead and played the scavenged mission. Let's go ahead and check out the escort. We're trying to help a, let's see, what was it? We needed to, escort the tortoise, which I'm guessing is a convoy. Now that you've weakened their defenses, we're able to move a cargo crawler through this point. You are to escort and defend them from any hostile forces encountered. Well, let's see how that goes. So, we're bringing out our hover car, well, our hover tank. We've got a Gauss rifle and a large focus weapon. We've got two others that we can collect. Okay, so it's either ballistic or experimental. Interesting. Alright, oh, but we can bring rockets if we want. Alright, you know what? We'll go with a rocket pod. It's probably advisable to have something there. As for this, we can only take something experimental. Let's bring maybe a... I'm thinking maybe a large focus laser? Sure, let's go with one of them, and then for the others, let's bring out maybe a, the plasma launcher? Yeah, let's go ahead and, oh, whoops, hang on a second. Turns out right-clicking takes you back. We'll put in a large, a pulse laser, and then on the other one, let's bring out the... Let's go with a Gauss rifle. There we are. So we've got some heavy hitting on either one. We can get some reload. We've got some plasma. We've got some lasers. I think this is a pretty decent plan. Okay. Let's test out how this goes. With any luck, we're going to be rather unstoppable, although I do doubt that that will be the case. It is, well, unlikely. Oh, okay. So we aim front and center. We can strafe left to right. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Alright, a C1 tortoise crawler is awaiting your arrival. Stick close to them and ensure they survive. Alright then, let's see how we go. I do like the little thruster jets as they kind of swivel around. Alright, well, commencing operation. So what have we got here? The large focus, and you know, let's start with the Gauss. Okay, so this is our pulse. Ooh, our plasma. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got a friend, and he definitely does fire back. That's very nice. Oh, and we're suffering recoil. Okay, that is good to note. Oops, wrong button there. I need to quickly go ahead and start dealing with this guy. Come on, we're trying to be the target here. Let's drop some turrets around. Alright, we need to make sure that our friend is protected. Let's see if we can bounce back. Come on. Oh, alright, hang on a second. We need to focus in on some of these other ones that are a little bit closer. Alright, back to the Gauss and the plasma launcher. That seems to be the play here. Alright, let's make sure that we can get rid of all of these guys. Let's go with a big mortar strike there. I don't know how our friend is going to cope right now. You know what? There we go. That should be fairly direct. Let's see if we can get rid of him. Oh, they're taking significant hits. We need to keep these guys away. I'm not sure if that's going to be easier said than done. Alright, hang on a second. Let's go. Alright, so the plasma launch is probably not bad, but I don't know if it's the weapon that we need for this mission. Yeah, it's a little bit concerning. Alright, we're at half health, it seems. Alright, let's see. Okay, we're not gonna... Looks like our Gauss rifle is really the one to use over there. Oh, okay, more enemies incoming. Let's quickly go ahead and deal with them as soon as we can. Let's go ahead and get that laser up and running. Alright, let's see how we go here. Let's go with a precision mortar there. Let's see if we can hit that big guy there. Oh, come on. I need to get some damage on that thing if we're going to get rid of that. Alright, we've almost got some turrets up and running. Oh, and a mission failed. Alright, so... yeah, okay. We're going to have to try that again. Let's return to base and switch our loadout. That's a lot less easy than I thought. Alright, so, the plasma launcher. Good weapon, just not for what we currently need. Let's try... what do we need? Maybe a breaching shotgun, that could be good. We know that that's pretty good. Rate of fire is solid. Magazine's okay. Reload time, 4 seconds is a little hefty. Alright, what else have we got? An HMG. But that breacher is very good. That anti-material rifle is also not too bad. You know what? Maybe we go with the anti-material rifle. Yeah, let's go ahead and we're going to go for... let's bring the HMG. And then instead of the Gauss rifle, let's bring the breach... oh no, the anti-material rifle. Yeah, 6 shots, 2-second reload. That's pretty decent. Good solid damage, very close to the Gauss rifle. Yeah, and then... let's see, instead of the rocket pod, maybe we go with a second large focus beam? Yeah, maybe that's what we do here. So we can go ahead and we can shred with the large focuses, and then we can switch down to our machine guns and anti-material rifle. Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good plan. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. With any luck, we'll be able to sort things out. Alright, let's scroll on out and see what we can find. Same thing as last time. What have we got? The 2 large focuses. Alright, let's just double check. Yeah, that anti-material rifle is definitely the way to go. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in a turret over here and another one over there. We're definitely going to want to have some friendly assistance early as possible. Oh, are you moving? Hang on a second. Let's just quickly catch back up with the tortoise and see if we can get this thing to head on out. Alright. Yeah, that's definitely... oh, the recoil is certainly something for us to note. We definitely have to counteract that. That is something quite nice in a hovercraft, having to deal with the recoil. You know, let's just see if we can destroy that nice and quickly. Oh, wait. Oh, we really need to stick close to our friend now, don't we? Maybe that was part of my problem in the last one too. We were heading up a little bit too quick. Yeah, that is definitely possible. Alright, it's always a dangerous proposition trying to defend a vehicle whilst yeah, trying to deal with all of this stuff. Alright, come on. Took off one of those giant shields. Oh, we're going to need to try and do some damage. Alright, come on. Let's keep you up and moving. Let's go ahead and put that fire on there. Alright, come on. Let's not get too out of the way. Alright, we'll go ahead and destroy those. See if we can cause a little bit of trouble for the enemy mech. Let's get that anti-material rifle working as best as we can. Again, we gotta try and protect, which is easier said than done. Again, kind of tricky keeping up with the recoil. Alright, we do have more turrets up and running. That is good. No sign of enemies on the radar, but I'm not sure if we will get that. When we start getting all the troops, we might need to switch over to the large focus laser. Yeah, it'll just be... Oop. There we are, using that to accelerate. Here we go. Let's do some long distance sniping. Oh dear, okay, you know what? That's not too good. Let's go ahead and aim at that there. Let's pop this up here. Let's go. Alright, get those extras to help us out here. Alright, come on, let's quickly get in front of that. We need to take out whatever this big bad boy is. Wow, that's a lot of rockets. Okay, oh, we're parking inside a building? That is definitely not something we want to be doing. Alright, let's make sure that we're keeping up. We do want this vehicle to keep on running. Alright, and I think it's time for the large lasers. Let's start shredding. There we go. Alright, that is working out splendidly. Oh, can we take you out? Not quite. Alright, they're taking damage, they're reloading. Let's switch weapons. Oh, our health is critical. This is not good. Alright, let's try and stay away from those if possible. Precision mortar, let's see what damage we can cause. Oh. Come on, we're trying to stay close to this thing. We need to take it down if we're going to get anywhere. Come on. Our health is not looking good. Can we counteract the movement? I don't know. Oh, there goes the reload time. How far are we trying to go? I do not know. I feel like we're close to the end here. Let's see if we can focus on destroying that thing. Come on, surely aiming at that eye is probably what we need. Let's go with a mortar strike. Mission accomplished. Alright, and that is time for exfiltration. Wow, that was a close one. Alright, well, that isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and return to base. And maybe... Oh, that is all of the missions. Okay, so we've more or less gone through the entire demo, which is a little bit sad. Bit of a short run on that one. But you know what? We've still got some things to unlock. So you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I do see an AC-20 right here. That could be fun. We could also go ahead and try a mortar barrage. So many options. An MRL-10. So I'm guessing this is... Let's see. Unguided rocket artillery. Volleys of up to 10 rockets. That could be very cool. Missile pods as well. Laser guided. That's not bad. There's a new mech as well over here. In fact, you know what? Let's see if we can maybe unlock the new mech. Health isn't quite the same as the heavy. Yeah, that's a lot less... Oh, but we do have some other good bits and pieces. LX series of weapons, but instead fires a continuous and incredibly accurate beam. 50 per second. You know what? Let's give that a shot. I like some energy weapon. Let's also go with a plasma grenade launcher. That also seems like a bit of fun, and that will empty out our ability to do too much. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and... what do we want to destroy? The artillery town? Sure, let's go ahead and we'll head back to a mission that we've done previously. And here comes the question, what do we want to take? I think we're going to go with the... Oh, you know what? We'll go ahead and see if we can fit on the weapons here. So let's go instead of the HMG, the plasma launcher. We've also then got the... Oh, wait a second. Are we meant to have missiles? No, we didn't pick up anything there. Okay, so... let's see. What else was the other one that we collected? So we've got the plasma launcher, a focus, the L16. I'm trying to think. Where on earth did we put things? Alright, hang on a second. Let's just double check. This is the beam. So is that just a direct upgrade for the other? Yeah, okay, so beam is just what it is. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll give that a shot. Where was it? Artillery town. So where are we going? We need a beam. I'm not... Oh, wait a second. Here we go. There we are. There is the beam. Let's go ahead and throw that on there. Oh, apparently... Okay, we can only have one of those, so I'm guessing that's a... Oh, that's right. Must be a fairly special weapon. We'll keep the large focus for the rest. I think that'll be a-okay. And then, do we keep the plasma launcher? Its rate of fire is not too bad. Plasma damage, I'm not sure if that's exactly what we're looking for. You know what? No, let's go ahead and we'll drop that. Let's go for maybe a grenade launcher. That sounds like a bit of fun, although the breacher could also be good. You know what? We'll bring the breacher. So some heavy weapons, yeah, some heavy ballistics and experimental weapons. Let's go ahead and run this one more time and see if we can see what that beam is like. But I'm thinking this might be our last run. So let's try this one out. We have an optional elimination mission. 85 kills is what we're after. Or we can go ahead and destroy some artillery. Alright, well then, let's waste no time. Let's head to the south first. We're going to see if we can destroy that. How does this beam work? Oh, wow. Okay, that is very cool. Let's see how this works. Alright, what do we see here? Alright, you, my friend. Some pretty solid damage right there. That's working quite nicely. That's working very nicely. Alright, so we're definitely taking some heat. We'll try and double up on things there. Alright. Hang on a second. We need one of you here and... Oh, we already have the other turret. Okay, I might need to quickly switch some things around for a second. Let's see what we can do. Whoops. Alright, we'll deal with you. Let's let all of that do its own thing for a second. Let's destroy some of these. Oh, I even heard glass breaking when we just ran into that. Huh. I was not expecting that. Oh, right. And of course, I was not really thinking this when I did this before. But of course, we suffer from a lot of recoil penalties being on a hover ship. We do have better maneuverability than others, but it's not exactly nothing either. Alright, let's just quickly put some damage downrange. We'll destroy the artillery. Alright, and let's go ahead and see what we can do. It does look like the hovercraft does indeed get some benefit through using the laser weaponry. Definitely not a bad way to go. And you know what, before we get in too much trouble, let's just use this to propel ourselves back. We'll just see if we can destroy that big fellow back there. If not, oh, we might need to deal with what's ahead of us. Alright. Through the shotgun. We are definitely getting in some level of trouble. Oop. Our health is rather critical. Alright, let's see if we can quickly... Yeah, the one problem is keeping ourselves aligned with our target. It is more than a little bit difficult. Alright, we'll at least take the victory here. But I do believe we just got cooked. Alright, so definitely some interesting things to take note of if you do end up looking up the Mech Havoc. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff from what we've seen. Yeah, from the recoil affecting our mechs to the amount of drift on vehicles and whatever else, and of course this very glorious tech tree full of things that might be a bit of fun. But that is it for today and probably for this demo time series. Just a fun little quick look, and I'll come back with a different game tomorrow. I think I've already got one lined up, but I want to make sure that I show it off well. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.